Sound of a fragile music box playing a melancholic waltz overlaid with the distant crashing of waves. A slight, breathy sigh. Oh, darling, you wouldn't believe the state of things. Honestly, one begins to question the very fabric of reality. Docent T1, it's not simply disappointment, you understand. It's a fundamental breach of contract with the universe, a betrayal of basic decency. It started, as these things often do, with a desperate need for aesthetic pleasure, a curated experience. I mean, a girl has standards, doesn't she? You see, I'd been simply dreadful, absolutely dreadful since, well, that's beside the point. A little heartbreak, a lost vintage Dior scarf. It all just felt gray. I needed color. I needed Airlie Beach. Club Wyndham, Airlie Beach specifically, such a promising name, Wyndham. It whispers of old money, of picnics in rose gardens, of perfectly ironed linen. An illusion, as I was so very forcefully reminded. Now, I am not the type to demand things, really. I believe in gentle persuasion, in letting quality speak for itself, but even I, with my naturally refined sensibilities, understood the implicit promise. A 4-star resort. It's not simply a label, darling, it's a societal agreement. It means pristine sheets, attentive staff, a breakfast buffet worthy of a Regency novel. It means, fundamentally, not having to think about cleanliness. And that's where the unraveling began. The check-in process itself was chaotic. A flurry of mismatched uniforms, a bewildering lack of clear signage, and a perpetual undercurrent of frantic energy. They told me check-in was at 4, then, upon arrival, insisted it was actually 10, as if my time were utterly worthless, as if the very concept of punctuality didn't exist. Honestly, the audacity. Some people simply have no respect for a well-scheduled life. It's about principle. But one can endure inefficient check-ins, you see, a minor inconvenience. What's truly unforgivable is the sloppiness, the sheer disregard for basic hygiene. I'd grown up in a house where a dust mote was considered a personal affront, you understand? My grandmother, a woman of unparalleled standards, would faint at the very sight of the state of that room. It smelled, darling, it smelled. Not aggressively so, mind you, not like a refuse heap. It was more of a damp, clinging odor of forgotten things, of mildew, perhaps, a hint of existential despair if I am being honest. The furnishings were tired, pathetically so. Not quaintly vintage, but just old. The tiles in the bathroom were cracked, the grout stained a suspicious shade of ochre. By the gods, ochre, it clashes with everything. And the cockroaches. Oh, don't even get me started on the cockroaches. To encounter such creatures in what purports to be a luxury accommodation is, frankly, a spiritual crisis. It's a visceral violation of the understanding one has about a place. Evolution has taught us to react like that, don't you think? They were brazen, they just sort of were, like little scuttling embodiments of all my anxieties. I nearly screamed, honestly, lamented instead. One must retain a semblance of dignity even in the face of insectal horror. But the true horror, the truly insidious injustice, lay in wait for my departure. I am a meticulous packer, you see. I believe in leaving a place as I found it, with perhaps just a slightly more exquisite arrangement of the toiletries. I definitely didn't leave a mess, certainly not the kind deserving of a grand, theatrical financial punishment. I was still in the lobby, still basking in the fleeting hope that I'd escaped with my sanity intact when it happened. A charge, $300, appeared on my credit card statement. It felt like a physical blow, honestly, as if someone had reached into my chest and stolen a piece of my soul. I inquired, naturally, with as much politeness as a girl can muster when facing blatant daylight robbery, trash on the desk.
They said a tissue slightly overflowing from the bathroom bin. A tissue, darling, a tissue. It's a simple disposable object. It is practically designed to be, well, disposable. As if a temporary accumulation of everyday detritus constitutes some sort of moral failing, they had the unmitigated gall to suggest.
Okay, here is the intro music, a melancholic piano piece with subtle ocean sounds. Hello. This is a comprehensive assessment of the commercial landscape surrounding the Club Wyndham Airlie Beach. I've spent considerable time sifting through traveler experiences, and frankly, the picture isn't particularly cheerful. Before you settle into your holiday, I believe it's crucial you understand what awaits beyond the resort gates. It's not about ruining a vacation, it's about informed preparation. Consider this a preemptive bracing. What struck me immediately analyzing these accounts is a pervasive sense of disappointment. It's a feeling that settles deep, like sand in your shoes that refuses to be shaken loose. Businesses in this area, generally speaking, appear to operate with a certain detachment from the basic tenets of hospitality, a disconnect. They exist, certainly, but thriving, delivering genuine value, that appears consistently to be another matter entirely. It's as if a shadow has fallen over the potential for a truly pleasant experience, and honestly, it's disheartening. I truly believe people deserve better than to have their hard-earned leisure time eroded by careless service and questionable quality. Let's begin. Dining, a realm of regret. The restaurants, as a collective, seem to harbor a particular talent for inducing frustration. It's a recurring theme, prolonged waits, indifferent staff and food that, well, let's just say it rarely lives up to expectation. It's not simply that a dish might be slightly overcooked, it's a systemic failure to care. The expectation of a relaxing meal is consistently replaced by a simmering resentment. Take, for example, Fish Divine, the rum bar. Now, on paper it sounds promising, doesn't it? Fresh seafood, a bit of Caribbean flair. But the reports speak of an hour-long waits for food, pregnant women left unattended, seafood tasting suspiciously like it's been on a prolonged cryogenic voyage, and a complete disregard for customer complaints. One reviewer described the waitress's response to a complaint as a simple vacant stare, as if their concern was merely an inconvenience. There's a coldness there, a complete absence of empathy that chills me to the bone. It implies a fundamental lack of respect, not just for the customer, but for the act of providing a service. And don't even get me started on the bugs. Apparently, flies are considered complimentary dining companions. I can't fathom offering food in an environment like that. It feels disrespectful. Then there's Sorrento Restaurant Bar, a potentially lovely setting boasting a sunset view. But the consistent complaint is a catastrophic breakdown in service, coupled with food that's aggressively mediocre. A reservation made in good faith rendered meaningless because the kitchen decides to close early. A manager who laughs at a customer's complaint about hair in their food, suggesting it was the risk associated with a 2-for-1 deal. That, to me, isn't just bad business, it's a moral failing. It speaks to a level of arrogance and disregard that is genuinely unsettling. I felt a sinking feeling in my stomach reading about that. It feels predatory. And the prickly pineapple, a fruit and vegetable shop. While ostensibly offering healthy options, it's plagued by reports of unfriendly staff, produce of questionable freshness, and an utterly chaotic checkout process. A 20-minute wait to pay for 12 worth of fruit, 20 minutes. And ants in the pineapple. Ants, it suggests a level of negligence that is, frankly, distressing. It's a basic expectation that your food should be free of insects. Cafes, a brew of discontent. The cafes, sadly, don't fare much better. The Coffee Club Cafe Airlie Beach seems to operate on a foundation of apathy and incompetence. Rude baristas, extraordinarily slow service, over 30 minutes for simple food orders, incorrect orders, and chefs taking extended, unexplained breaks.
It's a perfect storm of frustration. One review recounted a server laughing at a customer's order. Laughing, that's not service, that's bullying. The reports suggest a systemic disregard for the customer experience. It is heartbreaking. Nightlife, a minefield of misery, and now we come to the nightlife, a realm where, according to the accounts, caution is paramount. Boom nightclub appears to be a veritable gauntlet of aggressive security, watered-down drinks, and blatant discrimination.
Okay, so I was, looking into stuff near Club Wyndham Airlie Beach, just because. And it's kinda depressing, honestly. Businesses around there, they tend to be opportunistic, let us say. Like some of the shops, especially the ones selling souvenirs close to Club Wyndham, they really inflate the prices for tourists. It's so obvious, right? How can anyone think that is okay? I heard about this one family. They were staying at Club Wyndham for a week, and they bought a little wooden kangaroo for, $50. Their friend, who been there last year, said she got the exact same kangaroo from a different shop for $15. Can you believe that? They probably felt so ripped off, and honestly, they should have. The shop owner probably just shrugged it off and waited for the next tourist. It's just sad. They probably just went back home and complained to their friends, maybe left a bad review, but the shop still makes money. And then there are the tour operators. Businesses near Club Wyndham Airlie Beach, they all try to get tourists onto their boats, right? But some of them, they advertise these amazing snorkeling trips, all-inclusive, everything. But then, once you ray on the boat, it turns out all-inclusive means water and a biscuit. And if you want to actually rent the snorkeling gear, it's another 20. I bet a lot of people just feel stuck, you know? Like, they've already paid, what are they gonna do? Swim back to Club Wyndham. They probably just pay the extra money, feeling annoyed and cheated. The tour operator, of course, just counts the cash. There was another thing, actually. I heard some stories about these little pop-up shops, the ones that appear overnight near the main drag by Club Wyndham. They sell, like, designer sunglasses and bags, but they obviously fake. Seriously, obviously. And they still selling them for a lot of money. Some tourists think they getting a bargain, and then they get back home and realize their Gucci bag falls apart after a week. They be so embarrassed. Those shop owners probably pack up and move locations every few days, so the police can't even catch them. It's like a game to them. It just makes you wonder, doesn't it? Why people feel they need to take advantage of others like that, especially people who are just trying to have a nice holiday near Club Wyndham Airlie Beach. It's really not good. 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 Not good.